Thanks for joining us for another Jamaica Magazine show. I'm Theodore Henry. Today is being observed as Data Privacy Day under the theme, Take Control of Your Data. Here are some simple tips to help you manage your data. Use strong, unique passwords for your online accounts. Regularly review app permissions and remove what you don't need. Avoid using public Wi-Fi for sensitive transactions. Log out of accounts on shared or public devices. And lastly, be alert to suspicious emails, links, and messages. Be sure to keep all this in mind as you go about your day-to-day online activities. We have more coming up after this. Please stay with us.
Are you confident that you are the legal owner of your property? Take action to secure your property ownership. Get a registered certificate of title and become the legal owner of your property. To register your property and obtain a certificate of title, you will need to provide a tax registration number (TRN), a valid government-issued identification, a survey diagram, documentation to prove ownership, up-to-date property tax certificate, the names, addresses, and occupations of 2 neighbors over the age of 50 who are not family members and can give a declaration on your behalf. Proof that you have been in open, undisturbed, and undisputed possession of the property for 12 years or more. For further information on registering your property and obtaining a certificate of title, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. Email asknla@nla.gov.jm or message us at WhatsApp at 876-418-5089. The National Land Agency. One agency, one goal to serve you better.
Good day, I'm Twyla Whelan and this is your JS News for Wednesday, January 28, 2026. Jamaica and Ghana have strengthened cooperation in the areas of health and education with the arrival of teachers and nurses to the island projected sometime this year. These were among the details shared during the bilateral press briefing at the Office of the Prime Minister on Monday. Both countries also strengthened cultural ties, which will facilitate the installation of a monument at the Seville Heritage Park in St. Anne. Strong interest in trade and investments, defense cooperation and emergency response management are being explored, as well as opportunities in tourism and the creative arts. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, says the dialogue is an important step in advancing relations between both countries.
Together, we will explore practical avenues for collaboration in areas critical to national development, which were already identified in previous exchanges. Since last Friday, our technical teams have intensified their exchanges such that we're already seeing the fruit of those interactions and anticipate their contribution to today's outcomes.
The Republic of Ghana's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto, says he looks forward to further discussions at the 3rd session of the Ghana-Jamaica Permanent Joint Commission for Cooperation in May 2026.
We hope that we'll contextualize the dialogue, we'll see more coordination and more efficient implementation of the agreed programs and projects that we are exploring with today's meeting.
Going forward, Mr. Okudzeto argues that it is important that both countries strengthen cooperation on multilateral issues to foster a more inclusive and equitable international system that amplifies the voice of developing nations and strengthens South-South cooperation. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness is in Panama for the International Economic Forum for Latin America and the Caribbean. Dr. Holness and a delegation is representing the country and the region from January 27 to 29. While in transit, he met with President-elect of Chile, Jose Antonio Cast. Among the areas of discussion are economic outlook, the blue economy, South-South connection, and capital for infrastructure. Opportunities for economic development, trade, agriculture, water and tourism, among others, are also on the agenda. Prime Minister Holness gave the keynote address earlier today at a plenary session, and Jamaica will host an investment forum on Thursday. The government is moving to criminalize revenge porn and the non-consensual sharing of intimate images, including those generated by artificial intelligence. The proposed changes are contained in amendments to the Cybercrimes Act, which is now before Parliament. Piloting the bill in the House on Tuesday, Minister with responsibility for technology Dr. Andrew Wheatley said the law must keep pace with modern digital threats.
Importantly, Mr. Speaker, the clause defines intimate image to include content that is captured, generated, or created, Mr. Speaker. And I repeat that. To include content that is captured, generated, or created. Mr. Speaker, this is very important as we are now living in an artificial intelligence age. Because, Mr. Speaker, the law must protect Jamaicans not only from what a camera records, but also from what modern tools can fabricate. Yes. Mr. Speaker, we have to ensure that those who seek to hide behind a computer or a similar device cannot cause harm, malicious or otherwise, to the reputations of Jamaicans.
Strong penalties are also proposed where children are involved. Offences committed against a person under 18 could attract up to 20 years imprisonment. The reforms follow the work of a joint select committee which completed its review of the Cybercrimes Act in May 2023. The law was last updated in 2015. Dr. Wheatley says the amendments will also strengthen Jamaica's response to digital fraud.
It does not merely chase the individual scammer after the money is gone. It targets the enablers, the tools, the infrastructure, and the environments that make organized cyber fraud profitable. Mr. Speaker, Clause 6 is central to this. By tightening offenses around the unlawful availability, distribution, or possession of devices, data, and keys designed or adapted primarily for committing cybercrimes.
A recovery package valued at more than $20 million has been implemented to support Jamaica's aquaculture sector following damage caused by Hurricane Melissa. This is being done by the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining through the National Fisheries Authority. The program targets tilapia, ornamental and oyster farmers, combining direct supplies, infrastructure grants and technical support to aid recovery, strengthen food security, and advance the country's blue economy. State Minister for Agriculture and Fisheries Franklin Witter says $15 million has already been distributed to tilapia, ornamental, and oyster farmers. The remaining $5 million is being invested in tilapia fish production at the Aquaculture Division at Twickenham Park in St. Catherine.
To date, we have distributed 75 metric tons of tilapia feed valued at over $10 million to approximately 111 registered farmers. 160,000 tilapia fingerlings worth $1.6 million to 17 registered farmers in the hardest hit western parishes. And a further distribution of seed stock to farmers across the island will be completed before the end of February.
Mr. Witter was speaking at the National Tilapia Farmers Consultation held recently at the Caymanas Golf and Polo Resort in St. Catherine. He informed that 24 ornamental fish farmers had also received benefits comprising 1,800 feet of shade cloth and 80 pounds of fish feed, valued at $2 million. In addition, 3 farmers in Manchester and St. James will receive grants totaling $255,000 to repair and rebuild facilities. 200 pounds of feed valued at approximately $258,000 will be distributed to 39 fisherfolk in February. Meanwhile, in a targeted move to restore the oyster sector, the National Fisheries Authority NFA has allocated $1.5 million to support farmers in Westmoreland and Hanover. The funding will be used to rebuild 48 damaged oyster farms and restore critical oyster collection systems in both parishes. Agriculture State Minister Franklin Witter says while post-hurricane recovery remains a priority, the government is also focused on strengthening long-term resilience and capacity within the fisheries sector.
Our National Fisheries Authority Extension Team are intensifying their field support. This includes routine farmer visits, where they provide technical advice on farm improvement feed adjustments, harvest protocols, and water quality management. We are also supporting new emerging farmers through site evaluation, pond assessment, and consultations on pond construction.
Mr. Witter says the measures are designed to ensure that investments in the fisheries sector are both sound and sustainable. And finally, the Transport Authority is urging illegal operators in the public transport sector to regularize their activities, insisting that the authority is open and ready to assist them. Manager of the Transport Authority, Ron Smith, made the appeal while addressing a recent traffic symposium at the St. Mary Parish Court in Port Maria.
Show us exactly what you mean to nation building. What are you bringing to the table? Stop complaining and be a part of the system. We are willing, we are ready, and we are able to assist any individual or organization that wishes to be a part of this public transport sector.
Addressing concerns about long processing times, Mr. Smith says most road licenses are issued quickly.
There are other categories of license that will take more scrutiny and will take more time. But 90% of our licenses can be obtained within 10 working days. Routes are available once you liaison with your taxi associations. They will provide the necessary information from which you can deduce what you want to do and reach out to the Transport Authority, and we will process your license. So there's no excuse for persons to be running around illegally.
The traffic symposium was held under the theme, Share the Road, empowering traffic users, sharing knowledge with the community. It allowed residents to raise concerns and receive guidance directly from transport officials. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Twyla Whelan. Thanks for watching.
As times change, so too must technology. The Jamaica Constabulary Force has undergone major transformation over the years, with the government of Jamaica introducing modern technological solutions to better support crime-fighting efforts.
One thing is clear, that the JCF has now fully internalized and mainstream technology. All of what you're seeing now is an impact coming from several years ago, several policy and strategic decisions taken through the National Security Council within the framework of Plan to Secure Jamaica, supported by a budget. For the last 9 years before 2016, the $28 billion was spent on national security. Since 2016 to now, the government has spent almost $90 billion. We have invested in technology, which is a display here, but more importantly, we have invested in leadership and doctrine. So we have invested in the training of a cadre of leaders of not just the JCF, but in the military and in customs and in MOCA. And they have a particular doctrine, and that doctrine rests upon excellence. And they are passionate about bringing down crime. So you're looking at a new tier of leadership within the JCF that could do well in any other force in the world. They are world class. The other big investment was the expansion of the size. And then we invested in other capabilities. We invested in investigative capabilities. We invested in forensic capabilities. We invested in special operations and tactical capabilities. And then we created new formations. FNIT, for example, is one. And then we turned the organization to focus on strategic threats. And the biggest strategic threat for Jamaica's security are gangs. So we have restructure the JCF to be able to deal with these criminal threats, and we are going to be relentless in getting rid of the gangs. What is clear is that there is a culture of embracing and utilizing technology. The JCF is also building the capabilities to use those technologies and innovate, and to make those technologies more native to the challenges that it faces, and to create some of these technologies. So the JCF is being positioned to become the leading technology force in law enforcement in the region. So very soon, the JCF will be able to export some of its knowledge and capabilities to support other law enforcement entities in the region. There's still a lot more to be done, and we intend to continue the investment in the security forces. I must commend the Commissioner of Police and his team. What you're seeing here requires leadership, and the former Commissioner Anderson and now Commissioner Blake have given excellent leadership to the force. There's a clear direction, there's a clear doctrine, there's a clear mission, and the level of morale has never been higher. And now it's important to build the connection with the public, to ensure that every action they take, the people of Jamaica will appreciate it, will understand what they're doing, and will feel safe. And once that is in place, then you're on your way to building a very peaceful society.
As NEPA explores beach safety, emergency response techniques, and the importance of protecting both lives and Jamaica's coastal environment, they also saw the need to engage hundreds of lifeguards in training sessions across the island. Learn more next.
The beach, the sunshine, sea breeze, the sound of waves, and memories you want to savor. But have you ever stopped to think, is everyone enjoying the beach safely and responsibly? Whether you're a strong swimmer or just dipping your toes, water safety matters for everyone. Every year, millions visit our water bodies, which include our beaches, rivers, and waterfalls, but not everyone knows the risks. Rip currents, sudden depth changes, slippery rocks, strong undercurrents, and a host of other hazards. But these dangers can be mitigated.
There is a beach control safety measures regulation of 2006, and that regulation speaks specifically to the requirements for safety on the beach for patrons. The regulations speak to the question of lifeguards being on the beach, the roles and responsibilities of the lifeguard to ensure that they have control over what's happening on the beach. And so when you go to a beach, you want to ensure that the area is buoyed and that we have lifeguards.
And don't forget, risky behavior like cliff diving or swimming after drinking, not worth it. Also, never swim alone, and non-swimmers must always wear a life jacket.
When visiting beaches, it's important to ensure that you're swimming where lifeguards are present. Never swim alone, always have somebody with you just in case. Remember to stay hydrated, wear the proper sunscreen, make sure that it's reef safe if you can. Always keep an eye out for children or those around you. Never go do anything unsupervised, and just have fun, you know. It's supposed to be a fun time, and you can have fun and be safe at the same time.
Using our water bodies safely isn't just about currents and waves or slippery rocks. Marine and freshwater life can also pose risks. Some of our rivers are home to crocodiles, so caution should be taken when taking a dip, and be sure to look out for caution signs regarding wildlife. Jamaica is home to sharks, and while encounters are rare, it's best to be extra cautious during early mornings and late afternoons when visibility is lower and certain species may be more active. Beachgoers should stay alert to local conditions, avoid swimming alone or in secluded areas, and follow any posted safety guidelines. Jellyfish stings can be painful and sometimes life-threatening, so it's important to look out for warning flags or signs on the beach. Fire coral, though it looks harmless, can cause severe skin irritation if touched. By staying alert, following safety notices, and respecting marine life, we can protect ourselves while enjoying the beauty of the ocean. Lifeguards are the first line of defense along our shores, and so the National Environment and Planning Agency NEPA has engaged hundreds of rescuers through training sessions and ensuing exams.
The training exam has been perfect actually. It's been very strict.
Our role is instructing young persons with knowledge, judgment, and skill, I say in the art and the profession of life-saving and lifeguarding.
What I've learned is that you have to be very focused and observant, because if, for instance, there is someone drowning out there, they can't be able to talk or indicate to someone otherwise from just putting up their hands. So if we as lifeguards can be more observant in the field, we can look out for those incidents and try to save life.
Swim in safe zones, keep an eye on the little ones, listen to advice from community members, and remember, if you're unsure, ask a lifeguard. A few small choices can make a big impact on our marine life and your safety. Our actions, good or bad, make a big difference in how we balance recreation and conservation when we use our rivers and beaches.
Package your waste, and so that it can be collected and disposed of at the proper location, the proper waste disposal site. The public also need to be aware of the importance of our coastal vegetation, as an example, our mangroves, our seagrass along our beaches. They are important in stabilizing our coastal environment.
Our beaches are treasures, not just for today, but for generations to come. So, let's keep them safe and clean. For more details, contact the National Environment and Planning Agency NEPA. There's also a beach guide webpage where you can access information about Jamaica's beaches, beach safety tips, and ongoing beach cleanup initiatives.
Let us now step back in time with Remember the Days as Adrian Atkinson takes us on a heartfelt journey through his life growing up in Jamaica. From the simple joys of country living to the values and traditions that shaped his character, Adrian shares vivid memories of a time when community, resilience, and love for the land defined everyday life.
Remember the days when people from the east side could go out on the west side and live in peace.
I was born and raised in a little district called Tangle River in St. James. So proud of Tangle River. The beauty about my halcyon days of the 70s is that I was exposed to so many different things that were creative. So we would use certain things that people would normally call trash, and we used that to be creative in such a way that we made gigs, boxes, trucks out of boxes, catapult, hopscotch. We would be creative in using perhaps the rotten banana trunk, and we call them tar. And we used to use the tar to play hopscotch. We used to go to the bush, we go get whisks and we make skipping rope from that, or we use perhaps the elastic band from the inner cork or the buckle stopper, we used to call them, from the aerated water, we used to call them aerated water, but they were just bottled sodas. At that time, we never had inside kitchen. The outside kitchen that was made out of bamboo, wattle and daub. I hear I want to come see all of that. And each kitchen had a dresser. The dresser where we wash, we put in pan and we plate, we enamel plate, we knife, we fork, we cups, and we put it on the dresser. And there was a fireside. And so on that fireside is where, you know, the older folk would just put on the pot and you blow the fire. Sometimes smoke on your eyes until you're weak. No wonder I wear glasses in my older years. And then there were times when in that same kitchen, we used to smoke corn, the pig tripe, and put it on the kreng and smoke it. But then we used to, as children, used to hide and use knife and cut off a piece and eat it. They were beautiful days. By 5 o'clock, you have a beard, and you have to rub Vaseline for your foot. The Vaseline them time, they don't like Vaseline today. You rub it for your foot. They shine like young gold. It was a wonder. You could actually look on your skin and you think it was a looking glass. During the holidays, when you don't go on a river, go and swim, we go on a bush, go and look guava, saucy apple. Saucy apple is what we call Otahiti apple back in St. James. Well, in my district, saucy apple, we go look mango, we go look banana, you name it, cane. So in the evenings when dinner ready now, and them said dinner ready, your belly full. And when we look into that, it was so many different items that we needed. Perhaps I'm getting a little teary-eyed because those were precious moments, and I value those moments. And I think those were the moments that made me into who I am today. There's one thing that I'd like to see happen in this great nation, or this great enterprise called Jamaica, is where we can come to a place where we are a little bit more loving toward each other. I grew up in a time when community parenting was the order of the day. We shared everything. We respected rules and we respected authority. We had good manners, good morning, excuse me, I'm sorry. Over time, we see that eroding. And I wish that we could come back to that place where we are grateful. We're grateful for the little things in life. We're grateful for the opportunities. We're grateful for even the small things that we have until better comes. I want to see us go back to a place where we can live loving in an environment that is conducive to good morals. I want to see this nation get back to a place where we protect our children, the women of this country, an environment that we can see things from perhaps different perspectives and we still get along, where community parenting will add value to the lives of our nation's children.
The National Rural School Bus Program is getting smarter. With your child's student ID card, parents receive real-time notifications every time they board or exit the bus. Each card is unique and securely linked to the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth, and Information database. Tap on, tap off, and parents stay updated instantly. So, how do you register? Number 1, visit jamaica-district.mysmartterm.com/bus-portal/registration. Number 2, enter your child's details. Number 3, upload supporting documents. Number 4, submit your application. It's that easy. Safer, smarter, more secure. Register today and ride with peace of mind.
We're at the end of today's show, but be sure to join us again tomorrow for another lineup geared towards providing you with information on the government's policies and initiatives for building a better Jamaica. You may visit our website, jis.gov.jm to rewatch this show or to catch up on the others we have on the site. I'm Theodore Henry, telling you thanks for watching from our production team here at the JIS.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.